Hey, what's up, NDC family? This is NDC TV Presents Meet the Candidates. I am your host, Sharufa Walker, and I'm so happy you all are here because we are highlighting this monumentous moment. The polls are open September 22nd. I hope you're out there voting because we need you to vote. Your vote matters right now. So, we're bringing to you the candidates in the three houses. We have Guy today with us. Hey, Guy, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm great. Can't
Awesome.
complain.
Welcome.
Yeah,
So, Guy, we're
thank
just
you.
going to jump right into it. Let us know, who are you and how did you come to Near?
Sure. My name is Guy. I'm a software developer engineer. I led some teams in Rwanda, and I came through nearby a friend of mine, Shad, who really interested me in how to, joining the ecosystem, and also bolster refi because it's something which was in really strong there. So yeah, I did that. Thank you.
Awesome. I'm so sorry, Guy. And I'm over here,
Yeah,
Guy. Excuse that.
it's
Um,
key. Yeah,
so, in thinking about, you being ushered into the ecosystem through a friend, right? What is
yeah.
it about this time right now for this V1 governance that is coming up? Why did you choose to be able to put your name in the hat? And what are you running for?
Sure. So something I noticed is that governance is mostly something needed in any ecosystem. Um, Even if it's the simplest environment, I don't think Web3 that's the only place we can apply governance, but in every aspect. But mostly Web3 is the most needed part where governance need to be applied. So since Web3 fosters transparency, that's why I decided to run for Transparency Commission and bolster transparency on the Indian ecosystem in general. So yeah,
Okay, that's amazing. Open source is a big deal, right? And
yeah,
it definitely prides itself on being an open source protocol and ushering and welcoming people into the ecosystem. So
yeah.
tell me, why Web3? Like, what brought you to Web3?
One thing is the way it's a bit more broad. Um, when you go to some industries, that's agriculture, you're planting in your own land, and that's it. But um, in general, tech can be based on some locations, right? If I create something to be used by some users in a different location, maybe if it's possible, I want to go global, but it needs more effort. Um, I came to Web3 because of how broad it is in terms of wideness and variety of people in the ecosystem. And I met a lot. I don't consider myself as somebody who likes to, stay in the same box. I like to experience more of, global experience in general. So I think Web3 is a bit more technical in in terms of how it can apply technicality in every role or every angle of the world. So I think that's why I joined Web3.
That's amazing. And
Yeah,
thinking about how open and inclusive
yeah,
Web3 is, and you gravitating towards that. Um,
yeah,
Thinking about broad, questions, right? I
yeah.
have a broad one for you. So, do you truly believe decentralized governance is possible?
Yeah, it is possible. I even experienced decentralized governance, but not in Web3. I come from a country where we had like a very big disaster. We had the genocide in 1994. So we had to come up with, new systems which were rigorous in that sense, but things we can bring the community in that sense. So decentralization governance means giving power to the people, right? And the community in Web3, that's what it means. I'm a true believer in that because I've experienced it, in real life, and also it's possible online. So I think decentralization means to bring a variety of people in Web3. In that sense, bringing more underrepresented communities in that sense. And I think NIA is the perfect place to be you know, at this time of Web3. Yeah,
I think that that's so
thank you.
powerful, having roots and coming from Rwanda and taking that
Yeah,
um, monumentous moment in history, right? And
yeah,
understanding the parallels of being able to rise from something so tragic and, transform, right? From
yeah,
those roots.
yeah.
Really, really powerful stuff, Guy. So, in thinking about inclusiveness, right, when it comes down to this opportunity of decentralized governance, right? What do you plan to do to ensure that there is equal opportunity for everyone to be able to participate within the ecosystem in your position in the House of Transparency?
Sure. I think first of all, transparency means being open and having more open decisions and also seek feedback in that sense. Um, I thought about a transparency framework, which is like a public attestation service for NEAR. So it's a shared public attestation registry that can be deployed on NEAR. So in that sense, it can be designed as a community maintained public good that can be used by dApps in general to store data that is um, public interest, so AKA attestations. So they can be easily accessed and composed together by anyone that's interested. So, just to simplify those words, attestations, are usually statements that made by an attestation issuer or somebody who wants to attest something. So, for example, maybe Sharufa has completed a course on XYZ. So I attest that you did something on chain. So in that sense, everybody can have a more open and inclusive way to see what happens on chain. Um, and also, public goods is something I want to also increase, like the way funding it's done on chain and that in general, but adding a little bit on attestations because we need more impact, we need more projects coming on board. So in that sense, attestations can help to showcase qualitative impact on chain, which is something not really easy to measure. So yeah, I think that's what I would be doing in Transparency Commission
I
if I'm
love that
elected, of
breakdown,
course.
and thanks so much for
Yeah,
using me as a use case, right? To let the people
yeah.
know like what it is that
Also,
you're actually envisioning.
sure.
So, in
Sure.
thinking about just the ecosystem at large, right? You've been in
Yeah.
near for a little bit of time, and you've had a plethora of experiences, right? So, break
Yeah.
down the good, the bad, the ugly about the near ecosystem. What has been your experience?
Sure. My experience is a little bit maybe different. I won't say I didn't see the toxicity in the ecosystem, people who wants to portray themselves as, good actors, bad actors, but in some sense they have like, other thoughts behind that. And also people who discourage you. I mean, it's probably something which happens in any aspect of, our life, but basically, Neil, what I want to mean by that is decentralization governance. It's something which, like I said, I experienced in real life, so I know the bad effect of it. So back then, when I was a kid, I could see on the news like how they speak about the country. It was really, really bad. Like nobody believed that we can, survive at some point. Um, what you had to do is, be resilient in that sense. It means, stick to the value and things which are emotion. Try to, contribute, not how could I say, like decrease the way people think. But you know, you can encourage people to do something, but don't discourage other people to do things you don't believe in. So I'll say the good thing about it, I got like good feedbacks in the few amount of time I spent in the ecosystem. People who believed in some ideas I had, and they contributed in the utmost sense I didn't even think about. Like more perspective came in. I got support in every sense I couldn't think about. So there was good and bad in general, but it's life, and I'm a true believer. We're optimistic in that sense. Thank you.
Yeah, I love that. And I love the parallels of, your offline experience and you being
Yeah,
able to transpose that into your online experience when you speak about resiliency and you speak about, optimism, right? And so
yeah,
thinking about the future, right? Thinking
yeah.
about the future for near and the scalability of near. What is something that you desire in this role to be able to assist Near's position to be able to maintain a sustainable footprint for the future?
Sure. Something I really like to like emphasize on like in every conversation is how accessible are we, um, uh, facing the community in general, not tech savvy people, because well, um, where I came from, nobody knows how to use even a blockchain. Like even a few years ago, nobody knew how to use internet. So, like, how accessible can we be to the most um, not non-tech savvy in that sense? So, how do we create more sustainable? That means easy to use, resilient technology, which means and also brings impact to the people we are creating those tools for. Um, One, yeah, it's basically into user experience. I've seen some technologies, I mean, like use cases. There is Keep On. I really like Keep On the way they are, creating a more easy to onboard people. I've tried it. I'm currently, learning the way to build on Keep On, to see I can, onboard some devs here, some devs where I go, because sometimes, I travel around some countries, neighboring countries. I want to, see how we can tap into the untapped communities. Some people don't think about. So the future of Near is into the untapped market. Um, I'll just say that. Because if I
No,
go
that's
broader,
powerful
it
though.
will
It's
be
powerful,
yeah,
Gee. I mean, you just,
yeah,
speaking about the opportunity, right? To be able to
yeah,
bring in large emerging markets, right?
yeah,
Uh, into the ecosystem. And a lot of the candidates talked about education, and I feel like, what you hit
yeah,
on was similar in that educational component. So, Gee,
yeah,
the elections have happened. You have won your seat, right? You're in the House of
yeah,
Transparency. You're doing your thing, right? V1,
sure.
6 months down the line. What does success look like? What is it that you would desire to accomplish within this first term of governance?
Um, I'll just say bring more people on here, but you know, in two part, right? Abstracting the technology out of the utility of using it, right? So if I use Near, I don't want to know that I'm using it, the whole technology, right? I want to use something which is a bit of, easy to use, abstract. I don't know how I can, formulate that. So in 1 year, I really hope to see more initiatives, which are, initiatives, projects, people who brings on boards people, but in a more easy way to understand. Because I recently heard somebody say the mom test. The mom test means explain something to your mom, but if she doesn't understand, that means it's not really done. You need to go further more and make it more easier. So I really hope NEAR can be more easier to address a broad of people which are not non-tech savvy in that sense. In the first V1 governance, we have more external stakeholders which are not users only, also institutions, NGOs, and all that. And I think that's why I also started Near Refi, which is a working group. We really hope, and we are, fostering to onboard more regenerative, communities, initiatives, and all that. The second thing is have a more, open and how do I say it? Open, but again, not really hostile environments for users onboarded. Because if I onboard 100 people today, I need them to stay online and participate. How do we create more interesting activities on chain, which is not only on speculating on tokens and all that. We need more activities which are out of the box, and in that sense, it can help us to sustain those communities we're creating on here. So I really hope to see that in the V1 governance. So yeah.
I love that. And thinking about, the jargon, right? That sometimes a
Yeah,
lot of us, right, especially non-technical, come into the space,
yeah,
and it's challenging to be able to onboard and understand where your place is. And so the desire to be
yeah,
able to break it all down, right? So your mama understands.
yeah,
So your
exactly.
your nieces, your nephews, your cousins, everybody can like really understand the utility and
Yeah, yeah,
really stay there, right? Because I think that a lot of people kind of jump ship because they don't know where their
yeah,
home is because the language isn't
exactly.
familiar at all, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so Geek, let's break it down in these last couple of seconds, right? Like, let the people know what is it one thing about you that they should be able to tune into and give their vote to you for, right? Like, why Geek? Why now? Break it down.
Uh, why geek? To be honest, I'm not really good at explaining myself, but I'll just say, vote for me because I'll go to the most outrageous places you've never been. So I'll bring people you've never understood, new brains, new initiatives. It means broader populations which we didn't even know they existed. In that sense, the road to a billion users on Web3. So yeah,
All
thank you.
right. Vote Guy because he's bringing that new energy. Guy, what's your handle so people know how to vote for you?
My handle is Nteare.near. My name is Ntare, but it's really complicated to
All
read that.
right. Everyone just look below, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
look
sure.
at Guy, best of luck to you. Get out, get
Thank
out,
you.
get out and vote. The polls are open now until September 22nd.
Awesome.
Your voice, your vote matters. All right. Thanks so much, Guy, for stopping by. Check us out on YouTube and in Twitter, and we will see you guys on the next time. Peace.
Awesome. Thank you.